Hello and welcome. I am so glad you're here. I'm Beth, a creator-based coach with CMH Coaching for Life. I'm here today to help you and those you love create a life you feel grounded and at home in. Think of a life where you feel peace, love for those around you, and in a flow with just enough challenge to keep you happy and creating something wonderful. Sounds like magic, but it's not. You can create that life every single day. You can have a life full of love, excitement, hope, and creation. Our mission at CMH Coaching is to flood the earth with light through compassion, mindfulness, and hope. And I'm going to ask a favor of you. If you like what you see and hear today, think of someone you know that would enjoy and benefit from this message. Our mission is to flood the world with compassion, mindfulness, and hope. Share this with them. But for now, this is time just for you. So settle into whatever you're doing and enjoy this time with the girls, where we create that one awesome, amazing, perfect life every one of us is seeking.
You gotta watch your thinking. Watch your thinking. Watch your thinking.
Welcome to A Creator-Based Life, episode 136.
Woo!
Yeah, it's a good day. And I am super excited to be here today with Jennifer DeRoos, a world-renowned hypnotherapist and creator-based coach. I had to do it just so you'd make a face.
I'm like, watch your words, girl. That's not world renowned. Maybe in my own mind, but
I'll bet you there are lots of people in this world that know how great you are at this. And Jacine Bonnet, also an amazing coach in her own right. She's a business coach and a creator-based coach. And I'm Beth Brooks, a creator-based coach and the author and creator of a great book on the creator-based way. Live your one awesome, amazing, perfect life. Not perfect as in without flaw, but perfect as in 50-50, which is just the way it's supposed to be. So today we are talking about one of my very, very, very favorite subjects, and that is backwards laws. I love backwards laws. They're so, so powerful. And if I were going to ask you, Jacine, what's a backwards law? I didn't know anything about it. How would you explain that to somebody?
To me, it's a law that just doesn't make sense. Like slow down to
Get
go
more done.
further, like to get more done. Like what? What do you mean? Yeah,
How would slowing down help me get more done? That just doesn't even make sense.
right. Yeah,
Yeah.
because we're so programmed.
I kind of love it.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, I learned just this last week or so that there was a popular philosopher. His name was Alan Watts, and I can't recommend him as a philosopher because when I studied his work, I'm like, yeah, I don't really agree with this. But he's the one that coined the term backwards law.
Mhm.
And his backwards law was when you try to stay on the surface of the water, you sink. But when you try to sink, you float. It's the trying, right? And it reminded me of when I was a little kid. My dad was a 6'4" tall, 300-pound bouncer for a lot of years. He drove a taxi. He was a debt collector. He was a bouncer. And then he settled into being a manager, store manager. Nobody messed with him. And he had a wicked sense of humor. But he taught me how to float, or at least he tried to teach me how to float. And I remember him putting his arms underneath me and I'm sprawled out, across the water, completely freaked out because I was positive that as soon as he stopped touching me, I would sink to the bottom of the pool and I'd never come up again. And don't let go, don't let go, don't let go. And the harder I tried, the harder it was to float.
Mhm.
There was no way because I was so worked up about floating. It wasn't until Dad was gone and the pool was empty and I just kind of got a little thought, well, maybe let me just try. I'll just go try in the shallow, and in the relaxing, my body could float easily to the surface. And to me, that was a backward law, right?
Mhm.
It was, I did less and I got more. I didn't work on it so much. It's like magical. I have my book with we have at this point 14 backward laws in creator-based coaching. But my favorite, hands down, is do less, expect more. It is hands. Do you have a favorite, JC?
I think that's the one that always comes to my mind because I'm always that, oh, let's check this box. Let's check this box.
Right? Right.
Just like,
Well, that one, and then the one that my creator taught me in my 20s, which was go slower.
mm,
If you slow down, you will actually have more success.
yeah.
Yeah. Slow down.
Well,
And it was amazing. What were you going to say?
I was thinking I was gonna make a joke. It's that way in traffic. Like if you're speeding, you could get stopped. Not that I have, wink, wink, but right. And that can,
You won't get tickets when you're in traffic because there's no way to speed.
oh
Yeah.
man.
But the
Uh,
slowing down to get more done, I have experienced that over and over and over again in my writing or in my bills when I'm doing my bills. Certainly make many fewer mistakes if I'm slowing down. I actually get more done. Or working with people because when I slow down, I listen better. Yeah, slowing down and I get more done that way. It's kind of a paradox. And I think that's probably the key to a backwards law. If it's paradoxical and it's truth, it's got to be
mhm,
both paradoxical and truth. Then you can count it as a backwards law. Yeah.
mhm.
So I learned a little bit about the neuroscience, but I wondered if maybe Jen knows about the neuroscience and how being able to slow down makes things work better.
I don't know. I really don't. I really don't. The only thing that comes to my mind is the story of the tortoise and the hare.
Oh, do tell.
Well, it's that, it's the race between the tortoise and the hare. And the hare thought it had all the time in the world and it could go run faster than the tortoise and it could get to the finish line. And in the process, it got distracted, but it ran out of speed and took a nap. And the tortoise just kept going and
Just slow and
crossed the finish
steady.
line first. So some of those, that's what I think of when it's like,
Well, and that's spot on, at least
consistent,
slow and steady, right? What is our brain like?
fast, quick, and get it done.
Except,
Right.
except fast, quick, get it done stimulates my amygdala and gets me all worked up to where I make
Yeah, it
mistakes.
gets me heightened and it also makes a lot of mistakes like you talked about. Yeah.
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 I just Googled it. And of course we have AI now. So
We love our AI. Yes.
here's what AI says, guys. Slowing down enhances brain function by promoting preset moment awareness.
Oh,
Present, not preset, present moment awareness.
present moment awareness. Hey, we just talked
Moment
about
awareness.
presence in Mastermind just a minute ago.
Yes. And then what it does is it activates the parasympathetic nervous system to reduce stress and create a calming space for deeper processing, for neuroplasticity, and it ultimately improves decision making, creativity, and overall well being, which enables you to do more with greater focus and efficiency. This shift from stressed fight or flight state to calm rest and digest. Oh, I love that. Rest and
That's
digest
the digest. Yep.
state allows for better information intake, thoughtful responses, and the formation of new neural pathways, leading to more meaningful and effective actions.
So good. So a backward law then is a presence paradox.
A presence.
A presence paradox. Yes. As in losing your life for my sake, you will find it. Right.
Mhm.
The words of our creator. Yes. But I could see that because when you are rest and digest, everything's just chill. And of course things are accomplished easily because there's no real stress, right?
Yeah.
Well, I like it too because when you think about it, because Beth even said, "Oh, if I'm hurrying trying to get it done, I'm stressed out. My
Yeah.
amygdala is working, And that's
Yeah.
we know that's not the space for creativity. And I like how when you're in the parasympathetic, as JC brought out with that, that's when your creativity comes out. You're detail oriented. You're actually more in a theta state to actually let that flow happen. So you talk about.
Mm. So it's like that when I do the hypnotherapy with you, right, Jen?
Yeah.
And it just offers me that space to problem solve more quickly and more efficiently and effectively, I feel.
Yeah. And you
Because you
problem
have
solve
deep
with your
rest, right?
subconscious.
Yeah.
Mm.
When you're in hypnotherapy, you problem solve with more access to more problem solving tools than if you're just cognitively trying to figure it out or consciously trying to figure it out.
Because isn't it like 80% of our mind is the subconscious? So there's a whole
They
lot
even say more than
available.
that. They say like in the 90s.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it like opens up almost your whole mind to work on something.
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah.
Well, a large part of your subconscious is doing all your autonomic things like your blood pressure, your temperature, so it's doing a lot.
Remember, breathe.
And then also a big part of it is all your other stuff in your subconscious, like your values, your memories, your experiences, your stories you tell yourself, all that
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. It's a good thing. It's a good thing. And helping you remember to sigh and just let go. Right.
Yes.
Yeah. So if you're not in that state, let's just talk about how do you get into that state to come into the present, since now we know presence makes so much difference. And I know for me personally, the first thing that brings me present is a breath, a nice deep breath, no matter where I am. I know as we've been practicing with Tai Chi, sometimes I'll come into class and I'm running full speed and I'm crazy in my brain. And there we'll be about 10 minutes into class and the instructor will go, oh, really exaggerated. And it's so funny because everybody in class does the same thing. Oh,
Permission to let go.
permission to let go. Yeah. And when we let go, that's when everything starts to flow again and it starts to work. We've loosened our grip, right? We've let go. Yeah, it's beautiful. And our weekly tip. Were you going to say something, JZ? No, I don't
No,
want
go ahead. Go
to
ahead.
stop you. Okay. Our weekly tip is another backwards law. Let go to receive.
Mm.
Let go to receive. And I can tell you from Tai Chi practice, when I get to that sigh and let go, my heart is like the next breath. My heart just fills up with light and goodness. I receive so much from the world. So that release, that sigh, we gently loosen our grip, we let go. But then for me anyway, the next step is to notice what's going on inside of me.
Mm-hmm.
I turn inward. And essentially, I bring my brain back into my body and all of that to where my feet are. And I turn inward. And then from there, almost instinctively, I turn outward.
Mm.
Just like the very next thing is to turn outward. And then from turning outward, then come the thanks. It's just the coolest experience. That sigh, everything loosens, the turning inward, finding, I don't know how many hours a day my brain travels without being in the rest of my body. It's just, I really have to practice being present in my body. And then from the inward to the outward, if I can think just what can I do in the next 30 seconds to serve? Just that really quick outward, then the thanks come rolling in. What do you guys do to practice letting go to receive, to have that beautiful sigh, that relief?
It's interesting because I coach doctors and their teams, especially with for their patients when they're going into the room to be with their patient. It's just put one of those green sticky dots right on the outside of the door jamb.
Okay.
walk in, before you walk in that door, before you put your hand on that door handle, you touch that green dot and you take a breath and you focus, you look at the patient's name and you walk in and you're fully present with them. You let go of Mrs. Jones, who just chewed you out because her insurance denied paying whatever, right?
Right.
You're letting go of all of the outside stuff.
Yeah.
And when you walk in, first of all, you're present with yourself. You take that breath, you clear your mind, you look and you focus on, oh, I'm with Beth. Oh, I love Beth. Okay, I'm going to walk in, right?
Out.
Yes, because, and again, when we think about what our purpose is with each thing that we do, right? And in our line of work, it's we treat our patients mind, body, and spirit. If I walk in that room and I'm treating their body, but I've got my mind on, the
Some
taxes
insurance
and
billing thing in the front
yeah,
office.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, just something that just came up, and that's like heightened awareness and flight, fight, or freeze, right? Get out of here, get out of town. Um, but you have that ability to change your brain and everything in your brain just by that presence, right? And having a
Coming back
go-to.
in.
Yeah, having a go-to. And it goes back to James Clear, when he's doing habit stacking. So what are times when you want to be present, and how can you pull yourself into presence and make it a habit stack? Like, oh, I'm so stressed out before I get out of my car to walk in the house. Like, what am I walking into when I walk into the house? Are my kids like, they've been home for 3 hours by themselves, and that's six.
Yes, I need to be, I want to be available when I walk in the door. How do I
Yeah.
get there before I
Yeah.
go
My,
in?
my 16-year-old was texting me and telling me how terrible my 8-year-old wouldn't clean bathrooms, right? Whatever,
Yes.
you know,
Right.
and sitting in your car and saying, okay, what do I want most? I want to walk in this house and have my kids know that I love them and that I'm here for them.
Yeah.
So I'm going to take that breath, right? And it's just whether you hang on to the steering wheel or whatever it is, do something less grippy. Yeah.
Well, I tell you,
Yeah.
as weird as it seems, when my instructor just does that huge over exaggerated sigh, it's really effective. I don't know what it is exactly about the over exaggeration, but when I do it immediately, maybe it's because I feel funny, like it's funny and the humor releases the stress, but it just works. It just brings me right back to me. It's
Well,
funny. Do it in the car and not feel foolish.
when you do that big sigh, it's activating your vagus nerve, which activates the parasympathetic. So
You
you could
slow all down.
slow down. You become calmer. Yeah.
Mhm.
Those 3 deep breaths too, like that's the same thing, that anything to activate that nerve.
Yeah, I love that.
Um,
Yeah.
Interesting enough, JC, and I saw a chiropractor come on my feed that he works with small babies that are having like failure to thrive issues and things like that. And that's all his practice does. And what he does, he will take the baby and cuddle it into him and support the baby. And then he will do those 3 breaths like that with the baby, teaching the baby how to self calm.
Oh,
Oh,
nice.
Isn't that interesting? Like
I love that.
it kind of reminds me, like Beth, your instructor does that big sigh, giving you
Yeah.
permission, teaching you in a way to,
Oh, he totally is.
yeah. So
Yeah.
that just brought to my mind what he does with those babies. So that was
that's
interesting.
something simple we
That's the
could do with
sweetest.
family members, with in a situation that's hard and you can palpably feel it in the room. What if we don't get embarrassed and we just take that deep breath? How much good could that do for everybody in that room? Because if you're feeling it, everybody else is.
Everybody's feeling it.
We got the holidays coming up, guys. I'm just like thinking ahead.
That's right. That's right.
Hmm.
Love it. Yeah. Yeah. A long, deep breath. Even audible. I could totally see that breaking the spell in a family gathering where,
Yeah.
oh, it'd be really fun. It'd be really fun. Okay. And it's doing less and expecting more. And it's slowing down to get more done. It's the paradox principle. It really is. It's so good. Okay. But we are human. So we have to give some permission here to forget and to lose it and to do things we're not really proud of. But that's okay because we have permission to be human beings. And that takes us back to Margaret Atwood, my favorite quote that she ever did. Do it. Do it more. Do it better. Fail. And I'm like, oh, you know me so well, Margaret Atwood. But then she finishes, fail better.
Yeah.
Yeah, fail better. And then repeat.
Mm.
Do it more, do it better, fail better, and repeat. Because it's practice. That's all life is. It's one big practice. We just keep coming back and getting a little better, tiny, tiny baby steps better every day, small and simple things. We keep practicing and we become, right, Jen?
Yeah.
It's a whole practice of becoming. It's a practice of creation in creator-based coaching. Yeah, and the creed.
Failing upwards.
Yeah. And guys, we've already done it. We've done this before. We all learned to walk. Like,
oh yeah, and we're good at it. Like most.
Yes. Yeah, we all learned to walk, right? We fell down. We had to get up. We had to try again.
And we didn't shame ourselves when we fell down, and we didn't say what terrible people we were.
No, we're all like, look how successful we are.
Yeah. Yeah.
You've done it.
I love watching the little babies stand up so proud,
Can we access that? Like, how can we access that feeling of when we were a child and we accomplished that? That would be really cool to access it, to bottle it up, be able to call it up anytime that we're feeling like, all right, I just got to try again, right?
Well, and it's 100% presence, right? When you're watching a toddler learn to stand up, they are 100% present. It's huge. And they're so proud, present and proud. And when they fall, it's just no big deal. They just are still present. They just work on it again. Unless you're like our Eli. Eli, big, beastly 1-year-old, about 40 pounds when he was a year old. Yeah, the kid's going to be 6'4". He's got my dad's genes in him. But when he would get frustrated, he would just scream. We talk about having pterodactyl and raptors in the house because he just pterodactyl scream. Sometimes you just got to do that. Get it out of your system. Go back and do it again.
Express your frustration.
That's right. Let it out. Just don't do it at someone. That could be damaging, but you can let it out lots of different ways. But do it again. Do it more. Do it better. Fail better, and repeat. We just keep going. Yes. Yeah, because that's why we're here. We just keep practicing and becoming better. So that's the challenge for the week. And Jacine's right. We are preparing for holiday season, and we are preparing for lots of different ways to practice. The annual practices that you come up with every holiday season with people you may not see on the daily. And we'll talk more about those connections so that you can make those connections confidently and creatively, right? This season. It's going to be really good. What are we doing for book club?
We are doing just a nonfiction or fiction. I always get fiction and nonfiction confused. So I get my right and left confused.
Is it facts or is it a novel?
It's a novel.
Fiction.
Fiction. Okay. Which, yeah, I don't know. Okay, it's Charles Martin, The Last Exchange. And it's just really good, especially coming off of our book on presence, because we're talking about a couple of main characters where you have one who is the bodyguard who is very present, and very in control. And then someone else who he's guarding who has been through years and years of trauma her
Oh,
whole life.
wow.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
and actually not even she was left in a hospital as a baby, and her birth certificate was her first name is maybe Joe. That's what's on her birth certificate. And then the middle name is Sue, maybe Joe Sue. So whoever was filling out the birth certificate didn't even know how to fill out a birth certificate, right?
Wow.
So this girl has come through just a lot. And it just really shows how you can be still a good person, even though you've come through a lot of trauma,
Mm-hmm.
that you also need somebody who's on your side, who's fully present with you. And when you have people in your life that aren't fully present with you, the damage that can cause. So
Yeah.
it's been really interesting. Yeah.
Sounds like a good read.
Yeah.
You
It
think
is.
you'll be doing it for a while yet?
No, I think everybody's going to finish it because you get to a certain point. We were supposed to be through chapter 25 this week, and I had to stop myself at chapter 30. And I'm itching. Like I am literally
Go
itching
back and do it. Yeah.
to go back and no more because there's just a lot of good.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Cool. Well, I'm excited to see what the next book will be, but this is a good one.
Mhm.
So we do have a date for a What's Your Word program that Jen's going to be teaching. And that is coming up next month, November the 6th. It's a Thursday. It's a Thursday, right? Thursday at 2 p.m. Central. We'll be doing the What's Your Word workshop, or also known as Your One Word. Jen, you want to talk just a minute about that program, the Your One Word book and program, and what we're talking about doing here?
It's a program that actually was done by in Ashworth, I think his name was. He was a
Christian minister, right?
a pastor of some congregation like years and years and years ago. And what it is you take a word, and I'll take like just a bunch of words that I would like to have added to like who I am, like a word that would help me change or grow, or just a word, but a word that I will get from my creator. So I'm always involved my creator, like what would he want me to be focusing on for the next year and how to apply that in my life. And so that's what your one word is. And it can change or it can be the same. You just go to the Lord with it.
Deepens.
Yeah.
You go through the year with it. That is actually 1 month from today. Today is October 6th. So that's November 6th, 1 month from today. Yeah.
It's very interesting how a focus on a word for a year can actually bring some growth in your life. Yeah.
Totally has changed my life. I don't know if you can see my ring, but it says blossom on it because that was my word. And Jen and JC have listened to me whine and complain and fuss when things have been hard this year. But on the other side of my ring is the scripture Isaiah 35.
Mhm.
And it has had deep meaning for me this year with that particular word. And that was what was given. And it will make a difference in your life to have a word given from your creator for your 2026. Can't believe we're talking about 2026.
2026. Yeah.
Yeah, so exciting. So lots of good things coming. And here's the happy news. We will be talking about backward laws the entire month. Like I said, there's 14 of them here, and I'm sure that we will come up with some more. All kinds of new ideas for how to do better, but not do as much. I mean, doesn't that sound great? Do less, expect more.
It does.
Yeah, it'll be good. It'll be good. Slow down to get more done. Do it more, do better, fail better, and repeat. That's this week. So we're looking forward to talking to you. Thanks, you guys, for being here with us today. It's been great. We'll talk soon.
Bye, guys.
If I wake up with bad attitude, I fill my mind with gratitude. I give thanks for everything, with every little thought I think. I choose to be happy, choose to be free, moment by moment. It's all up to me, 'cause what I think about, I bring about. That's the way it is, and there is no doubt. Day by day, I pave the way with every little thought I think.
Hey, thanks for joining us today in A Creator-Based Life. I hope you felt that compassion, mindfulness, and hope you came seeking today. You can find more of it at cmhcoaching.com or on linktree/cmhcoaching. Of course, any social media outlet, we're there too. Because you felt the benefit and light in this message, please invite those you care deeply about to join us. Help us to create a ripple effect across the globe of compassion, mindfulness, and hope. Then we can create a creator-based life together. Have a great week, y'all. We'll talk to you soon.
Moment by moment, it's all up to me, 'cause what I think about, I bring about. That's the way it is, and there is no doubt. Day by day, I pave the way with every little thought I think. Day by day, I pave the way with every little thought I think. Whoa, day by day, I pave the way with every little thought I think. What you thinking? 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 You gotta watch your thinking. Watch your thinking.